guys, it's Chantel with Wildberry Quilting, and I've got my Fat Quarter Shop box today. So let's find out what's inside. I have been waiting all day to get into this. So this video is coming out a little bit late, but I finally got a chance to record it. So here we are. This is the insert. It says The Sweetest Peach, and it's June 2024. Let's see. Our coupon is 20% off eyelet, yardage, and pre-cuts. And let me fold this over so you can see we got a free quilt pattern that we can download. And this is it. That is really cute. I wonder what size it is. 34.5 by 42.5. So it's a little bitty guy. That would be good for maybe a baby quilt or something. Maybe a wall hanging. Or, you could use it as a center and build around it, build borders and stuff. All right, I'm going to set this off to the side. We'll go over that at the end. Should I remember? Hopefully I will. All right, first thing, it says Little House. And, ooh, it's lots of fabric dust everywhere. Okay, the fabric is very dusty this month. But it is, I think it's a tin of wax, and there's a little package of needles. Okay, I was worried I might have sent the staples flying, but they're still in there. So these are the needles. I believe they are glass head pins. I'm calling them needles. They're definitely pins. I think they're the glass head ones, but it does not say that anywhere on here. They are Japanese though, which if you don't know, Japan makes some of the best pins and needles. So they look good and sharp. Kind of hard to tell just by looking at them though. And then we've got this little case, and it says Fat Quarter Shop. And I guess it's just for holding our needles or pins. I'm going to refer to them as needles over and over again. I don't know why, but we can just stick them right down inside, and that's nice. That will come in handy. I've been needing new pins for when I do pin basting, and I put them into the pool noodles to hold the fabric in place as I am doing my basting. So, which by the way, that video I have recorded. I know you guys were waiting for it, and I finally got it recorded. I just need to sit down and edit it. And if you hear screaming, those are my kids downstairs playing. All right. So next up, we actually did get needles. So we got pins and needles. These are Schmetz, and they are quilting needles, chrome quilting needles. And it looks like we got 5 of them. I know a lot of people, these are their go-to needles, so they're a good one to have. And they're 90/40 is the size. Oh, we got a ruler. Oh my gosh, there's so much dust. Look at this. Do you see that dust all over my fingers? There's so much dust from the fabric in this box. That is not their fault. That's just pre-cut fabric sometimes do that. But wow, I think that's the worst I've ever seen it. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to use the scissors to get into it, but it is a Creative Grids ruler, and it says 60-degree diamond. So let me kind of snip into this so I can pull the plastic off. Okay. So there we go. It's got all of the measurements and everything on it for all kinds of diamond cutting. And it's got a center, like a 1/2 inch seam, well, 1/4 inch on each side, but 1/2 inch in the middle. All right. It says 60-degree diamond, tiny, cutting trapezoids. And then it's got like a little information thing that was set over the top of it when it was in its package. But it just shows you all the different cool ways you can use the ruler for cutting different shapes. So that'll be interesting. I think this will come in really handy for doing different jelly roll type quilts. You could sew them all up into strips and then cut them down and make some really interesting quilts that way. All right. Maybe like a Lone Star quilt. I think they do something similar to that for that. Oh, okay. Now we're down to our pattern and our fabric. And it looks like we got one of these skinny jelly rolls. This is not the 2.5 inch strip jelly roll. This is like 1.5 inches, I think. And does it tell me? I've got my mat right here. Let me just look and see. It is, yeah, it's 1.5 inches. And this is Jelly and Jam by, well, from Moda, but by Fig Tree and Co. I love Fig Tree, so these are absolutely beautiful. I have not seen this line yet, so I'm excited to get something from it. All right, now, normally I would open this up and show you guys each of the fabrics in it. This is super duper dusty and it's already getting in my eyes, and I'm going to be hacking up if I open this. So I'm not going to unroll it this time. I'm so sorry. I'm sure you can search up Jelly and Jam Fig Tree fabric on Google and see each of the fabrics, but this is that one time that I'm not going to open it and show you guys. I apologize. I'm going to try and move it all around so that you can get an idea of what the fabrics, at least what the colorways in the line are. Oh my gosh, I already feel all of that dust. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I can see it floating all around me everywhere. It is extremely dusty. All right, that goes back in the box for now. Now, our quilt pattern. It is called Peach Preserves. Very cute name. And it looks like we're going to use our new ruler with this one and make some, I don't know, what do you call that quilt pattern? It's not quite pinwheels, but they're not the traditional quilt stars either. They're kind of different. Very cool though, and I like the colors. It almost has kind of a Christmassy feel because of the colors. All right, and this quilt finishes at 42.5 by 46 inches. So it's not very big. You're gonna have to figure out if you want to add borders to make it larger or if you want to use it as the size that it comes. But it's not very big at all. Just like the free pattern, it's actually slightly bigger than that, but not much. Actually, it might be only in one direction it's bigger. No, it's bigger. It's just bigger. And you will need 7/8 of a yard for background fabric and a 1/2 yard for binding. Now, I will say, if you get more of this fabric, it would not be difficult to just make this quilt larger. I don't think so. I think you could make this quilt larger quite easily. It's just that you're going to have to buy more fabric because I seriously doubt that one little honey bun is going to do it. All right. Next and last but not least, we have our little basket block. It's kind of minimalistic this month. Pretty though. I think I'm really going to have to see what all of these baskets look like together because I just can't. I can see how this one is different than the other ones. It definitely looks like less work than the other ones did. But I just, with all of the colors the same, it's difficult for me to distinguish them a whole lot. So they kind of all, since they're all basket blocks anyways, and then they're all in the same colors, it makes it difficult for me to really see a huge difference between the blocks. But maybe that would be different if you actually sat down and looked at, spread them out in front of you and looked at them. I'm sure that you'll be able to tell the difference in the quilts themselves, or in the quilt blocks on the quilt itself. All right, so let's take a look at what everything's worth. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay. I was looking in the pattern for the values. That's not going to give it to me. All right. Honey bun is $34.98. Our diamond ruler is $18.49. Wow. I know those creative grid rulers are expensive though, so I shouldn't be too surprised, I guess. And our little pins, $11.24. Oops, that's not what's next. Our pattern is $9.98. Our needles are $5.98. And our block of the month is $4.98. So let's see. We've got 35, 30, 55, 65, 75, 80, 85, around $85. And again, that's just an estimate. I didn't sit there and, do all of the math, but just a rough estimate. It's about $85 worth of goodies. That is, again, incredible. I don't know, this year for the Sew Sampler box has been amazing. And I like the fact that now they have started giving us free patterns because that's new and they didn't do that before. That started, I think, this year, which is nice because if you, for some reason, do not like the pattern that they give you for the month, you can always use that pattern. Or, you can just use both patterns and use other fabric. But it's nice to get that extra little option in there. I'm thrilled. I am. I don't know that I'm going to do the fabric with this pattern. I might, just because I don't know that I have any other jelly jam, or not jelly jam, honey bun patterns. So I might decide to use it for that, just so that just because I don't have, oh my gosh, I touched the roll, the jelly honey bun And all the dust came back up. Okay. Before I cough to death on all of this dustiness. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye.